Well, Aries, it's that time again. Mercury retrograde's here. So let's take a look and see what the cards have in store for you this Mercury retrograde. Right away, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles dropping out. So overall, okay, if things have been strained on the home front, if it's even been strained in terms of your flow financially, or just if you've made investments, if you've done some hard work, especially in relationships and how you've been really sort of working on healing relationships, repairing relationships, that may be a key element, okay, that comes up in your Mercury retrograde. We'll see what the cards say overall, but I get the sense that it's going to be a positive time, to do that repair. And again, the investments you had made in healing those relationships, there's a likely return on those investments that you'll be seeing. So that's really nice for you, Aries. So, all right, here we go. What you need to hear from the universe this Mercury retrograde, Aries. Temperance. Okay, part of what I'm really picking up on, there may be, because of just the nature of Mercury retrograde to, there can be those moments of chaos, right? That's where the universe may kind of give you this sense of, I always see Aries as having a dual nature in a positive way with the lamb and the ram, that work and play, aspect. So you work hard and not necessarily play hard, but when you relax, you like to relax or whatnot, or you know how to at least. And so part of what I'm getting here with the temperance is definitely being mindful and delegating your time, being mindful. I'm even getting in setting your boundaries. For example, if you have a number of goals and projects, things that you're pressing to get done, this Mercury retrograde with what, the universe is trying to express here with temperance, I'm getting you might have to put the brakes, and I'm sure this is fine with you, Aries, because I know you love work and you love hustle. But when it comes to being open, being tolerant of other energies that would, and otherwise, yeah, I guess, let me not go there. Let me just say you might have to be a bit more self-disciplined in terms of just shutting out other distractions. So whether it's socializing, your lovers, your friends, family members, whatnot, of course, within those sort of give and take parameters, this is just saying this may be a time that, again, because the energies themselves might be a little bit more in flux, you may need to stress a bit more, about balance in, okay, if I've got things that I need to do, I really want to take that time and, manage my energies, because it'll be, you're already someone that can kind of kick up a lot and do a lot all at once. And then when those energies come about, it's like, so the temperance, make sure to ground, okay? What will this Mercury retrograde bring into your awareness? Fulfillment. There we go. Part of what I'm getting to with the temperance in mind now, babe, is this establishment of what's really worth it. What dreams, what on your overall list of fantasies and daydreams are you really, after all that's been said and done, now that you're getting back down to earth, now that, you are having to get real, doing those real results out of the co-creation, of visualizing and soul boarding and all that sort of vision boarding rather. Now you're in that space where, yes, you really get to put the pedal to the metal type thing. The rubber hits the pavement. You're actually getting to put your own energy to work physically and all that kind of stuff, whatever that means. And so going back to this 9 of Cups energy and what may be brought into your awareness, what maybe were just kind of dingle dangle fantasy daydreams that were like pipe dreams, like, oh yeah, blah, blah. But now that you've been like, oh yeah, I've realized this dream and that dream, ooh, and this one, now that the reality is getting closer, right, to what would have been a mirage, getting closer to that castle, and you're seeing, oh, is that really a castle, or was it just a shack that was like up on a hill. You know what I mean? And so that there's that temperance again of, is it really worth the effort? Is what you've been working on, this is like, you're ready. You know you're willing. You know that you're definitely perfectly capable and able. But now you're seeing you cannot sustain and maintain all of this stuff all at once. Yes, 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 we've got this and that. You've learned the value and the lesson of the effort and the energy that it takes to bring all of that into realization. Now, this is that part where you're saying, listen, I know I can do the work. And what did I say before with the lamb and the ram? Don't you deserve a break? Don't you deserve to take that moment to like enjoy and be proud of your hard work and all that stuff, to just go out there like, yes, this is what I've done, this is me, and I created this, and da-da-da. You deserve to celebrate that. You know, you don't have to like keep pulling on all these other things or trying to make all these other things realized in order to sit back and say, you know what, I've done a lot. You have. Just because, right? Just because you haven't yet built that massive, massive dream. Here's the thing. Remember, Aries, it just keeps going, right? So what you need to revisit possibly this Mercury retrograde. Remember, this card fell out earlier, 6 of Coins. Go back to the real stuff. Go back to the reward that's actually, that you can see, hold, and touch. Okay, these are really beautiful cards that we have right now. There's a lot of emotional and physical fulfillment that you are being put in a position, this Mercury retrograde, to get real life perspective on at this point. You know, maybe, you know, last year, 5 years ago, whatever, you know, you get me. It's like you couldn't have had this perspective because you weren't yet where you are now. And so now that you're here, it's a reality check, the physical and that emotional reality check in terms of that fulfillment, those relationships, the revisitation. You know, am I really putting into the relationships, you know, that I'm taking from, and am I getting that return on investment? And where is it that I can create more of that harmony and that balance? Because 6 is that harmony energy as well. And we're looking at the physicality, you know, the material exchange of things, the material give and take. So whether it does break down to your career, whether it does break down to your friendships and whatnot, and how you're sort of just spending and exchanging your time and, you know, energy and that sort of thing with others as well. Okay. This, again, this temperance, you're really going to be assessing what's worth your while, you know, when, you know, in the future. Okay. Moving forward, advice for smooth Mercury retrograde. Look, wow, the fates will not be denied. I love it when this happens. 10 of Cups. Isn't that magic, Aries? Isn't that magic? Advice for a smooth retrograde. Okay. So I love, again, that we have these energies of happiness, fulfillment. Focus on what you need in your home environment. Focus on having that attitude of gratitude and really indulging the senses, mind, body, and spirit. You know, like I said, have pride. Like, take that moment to just stop, smell the roses. When I see the 10 of Cups, you know, of course, 10 of Cups with the 10, home, family, fulfillment. You've done enough hard work. Like, you are being fed. Your needs are more than being met. You're getting a return on that investment. So chill out. It's okay to chill out. I know it's not in your nature to like just chill out, because when you're chilling out, maybe you feel a little bit weak, you know, because that's that lamb and, ooh, I'm feeling vulnerable. Like, that's why you're surrounded by love. That's why you're surrounded by family. That's why you're surrounded by people who get you. You have created that space of, look at this, what's around you. You got it, Aries. It's all good. Okay. What kind of a vacation, downtime is your soul craving? Hermit. See? This is all about just lower, dim the light, dim the effort, dim the push. Take a moment to embrace, to enjoy, to appreciate. I'm seeing reflect on all the good that you've managed to create in your world, you know, and know that, again, you're protected, you're safe, you know, that there's no reason to feel vulnerable. And even so, you're safe to feel vulnerable because you're surrounded by love. Look at all that comfortable energy of water and good land, good dry land to connect with. There's a balance here, Aries. So start to notice how all your hard work and efforts have created this beautiful balance in your own life. Okay. And all that being said, my beautiful Aries, if you'd like to take a peek and see what this Mercury retrograde has in store for you specifically, do not hesitate to check out the link in our bio. You know where to find us, girlinnermoon.com. So we'll see you soon. Take care and have a great retrograde, babe. Taurus, are you ready? It's Mercury retrograde. Oof. Let's see what's coming up. Okay, Taurus. What you hear from the universe? This Mercury retrograde. The Tower. Pff, oh my goodness. Okay. Major breakthrough changes. This is, okay. First of all, Taurus, remember that you're a fixed earth sign. And so with Mercury retrograde, the whole aspect of Mercury retrograde being with communications and electronics, the electric charge here, you being the earth sign, again, the fixed earth sign, you will be very sensitive. Okay, in feeling it. So I don't want you to be afraid of this Tower. I know if you're watching this, you're likely, then Taurus is like, all right, I know not to freak out. I know not to freak out. But as a Taurus, right, any kind of sudden movements, it's like you want to be the one that will be initiating it. It's not always pleasant to have that being initiated for you. But here's the thing. What you need to hear from the universe with regards to the Tower is, if memory hasn't served you well enough in your own life experiences, Taurus, aren't there those times where it's like you really crave that just breakthrough type of change? That's like you wish you could make, you just don't know how to, I don't know how to do it, I just need that breakthrough. I'm getting that with this Tower energy for you. And isn't that just like I love it. It's like a welcome relief, like as if your body and thing were all like stuck and just done a lot of hard work. Like I know you, Taurus, you're just your work ethic and just push and just go at it. And then when you finally get that time to slow down, Mercury retrograde, doing that reversal stuff, right? It's like going in and getting a chiropractic, adjustment. I see it with like mainly those upper body areas. So definitely be gentle with yourself, but just anticipate, okay? On a physicality level, be mindful, okay, to be really aware of the upper, I'm just getting the upper body, the shoulder, the back and that upper area. If you're having tension in those areas, the shoulders, the spine, the neck, the head, that sort of thing, I'm getting that there's likely going to be, there's going to be a good time. Maybe it'll feel like you're getting some adjustments or whatnot. But I get that more than anything. And if anything, sorry about that, Taurus, it'll be a good time to get one, if you're in a space where that resonates with you and you're able to do that, okay? All right. What will this Mercury retrograde bring into your awareness? And so remember, okay, if there are some unexpected events, occurrences that do pop up for you this Mercury retrograde, keep in mind that with this Tower, it is about giving you that segue to a new reality, okay? So even if we don't have all the answers right away, baby, you know this and you get this. I just want to prepare you ahead of time. It's not to freak you out, but I get the Taurus aspect of it takes a moment to adjust to the changes. Even if you did accept, it's you're going to change, you're going to do this change. Even when you get into the change, it still takes a minute sometimes, right, to find your biorhythm. So again, what will this retrograde bring into your awareness? I'm hearing pain body. What I said earlier, even with the back, the shoulders, spine, neck, and I got the head, because the electric charges here. This might be a time that's really digging up through the nervous system, the pain body, the muscle memory stuff, babe. So if it feels especially I'm hearing this word grinding, whether it's to your soul, whether it's to your brain space, and that applies to the work aspect of things. It's just, oh my gosh, it's just like zapped. This that feeling to where emotionally then it connects, like, I just don't have the energy. But as a Taurus, I can do anything. You just get pushing out. You know what I mean? I get that it's really going to stop you in your tracks. And this is all, as you know, with love and non-judgment, and for that space of shift, for that space of change. And again, remember, babe, you're a fixed earth sign. It's like a big boulder. They're like, change, boulder, change. And then the lightning strikes it, it cracks. It's like, ah! It's very dramatic. It's very like, it makes you feel very vulnerable. And so remember that. Remember that that's a very real, possible way to feel, and it's okay. It's okay. And we get that this, Taurus, but just because this might be striking those heartstring chords and all those mental body, emotional body chords and all this stuff getting charged up. Look at these electric bolts with these, metal swords in the area that would be associated. We're thinking of my muddy spirit. I see the Three of Swords often as the mother, the father, and the inner child aspects of our mental self, and how we communicate, how we understand our own personal feelings of communication and that sort of thing. Okay. So not just that, but anywhere that there's just been dysfunction also within those aspects or areas, I get that you'll have some breakthroughs in really seeing from a different perspective. So it's, it goes beyond the silver lining. There really is a true sacred purpose to the process, and it's just about preparing you. And I feel, though, babe, more than anything, these are changes that you've been waiting for, you've been holding space for, you've been pushing for, you've been longing for it. But it's just, again, how do I do this? And I know that I don't need to know how, universe, but I'm ready, please, and I get that, baby. So just hang in there, right? So next, what might you need to revisit this Mercury retrograde? Okay. I like this for you. This is great. Look at these. It's all about the physical body, the lower body chakras, integrating with the understanding of the physical process, knowing that you can't just push through everything. You can't just sit and then pound through the wall. You have to be gentle with yourself, gentle with your forehead, gentle with your brain. Gentle with your body and that whole process. Eight of Swords, metamorphosis, the understanding, the integration. Okay, look at that, the two lightning bolts and everything. The left and right hemispheres of the brain merging with the butterfly from that caterpillar, going from the root aspect, being on the earth, and then understanding the higher process. So it's very much an integration, obviously, that we're seeing here. So the revisitation is relax, let yourself be quiet, let yourself take it easy, take care of you. I was feeling earlier that adjustment stuff, a massage, reflexology, a nice hot bath, just a nice soothing healing bath, whatnot. Things that are going to be all about that self-care, understanding that you are going through changes, you are going through transformation in whatever which way it's, all of those dimensional levels and layers it's happening. Okay. Advice for a smooth Mercury retrograde love. Oh, I see. So back, just going back true to that softness, that cozy, cushy, luxuriousness, that's true to your nature. I feel, Taurus. Ace of Cups. Go back to that love, see, heart healing. Go back to those things that are just soothing to your senses, that water aspect when I said just a nice sacred bath, healing bath, self-love, self-appreciation, self-care, even going to a body of water, connecting, allowing for that water to support you, to soothe the nerves, the nervous system, to soothe any of that pain body energy and the muscle body stuff that's coming up. A lot of that's happening, So treat yourself. Let yourself just be all about you. Don't worry about the rest of the world right now, okay? What type of vacation is your soul craving? Five of Swords. Yep, I'm hearing breaking away. That's, again, the swords. Clear out the toxic in every which way. The thing, it's just I feel like it's just letting fresh air in. It's very cut and dry when I get this energy. I feel there's a very matter of fact sort of, okay, this, we know it needs to be done. And Taurus is actually really good about that kind of stuff. So it's almost like cleaning house in a number of ways. But with this Five of Swords, with the just that black and white, and then this kind of brown, more of that earthy element that is the mushy, it's more of like the lower body. So it does deal with the, I feel there's an attentiveness to cleaning up, like dusting the home, if that's relevant, if that hasn't happened in a moment, because this is about the self-care. This is preparing you, baby, for what's to come. You're coming through from the element of having to struggle and survive and and stress about this and that stuff when you know you don't have to. You've been trying to rise above it. You've been trying to evolve and shift to that new energy, but it's like catching up with your body and all those senses has been difficult. This is that time to really start allowing yourself, now that you have this intimate space to just kind of be with yourself, whatnot, do those small steps around like, if it's your home, great. If it really just only translates to the mental space and how you're not really allowing space for those types of people or situations anymore, say, okay, I'm shifting the way that I'm thinking. I'm having more positive thoughts about myself, more loving thoughts about myself. It's really cutting out like those older, just dysfunctional habits, the energies that are no longer serving you, and focusing on the love. Okay. So with all that being said, babe, I really hope that you have a beautiful and gentle Mercury retrograde. If you'd like to explore this reading deeper and get a Mercury retrograde reading of your own, please feel free. See the link in our bio. Join us on our website. You know where to find us, growundermoon.com. But take care and have a great one, okay? We'll see you soon. Gemini, it's that time, Mercury retrograde. You ready to see what's in store? All right, Gemini, what do you need here from the universe this Mercury retrograde? Four of Pentacles. I'm hearing stay close to home. All right, so Gemini, because you do have that air energy, I feel like Mercury being communications, having more of that electrical sort of charge, in the air, it might be a little bit more jarring to your system and your circuitry. So make sure to ground. Not necessarily that you have to be a shut-in during this entire Mercury retrograde period, okay, babe? But it's about being aware of your physical connection in the moment, being present to the moment. So like when you step out of your home, taking a breath, taking a moment to stop, to ground, to self-check, that sort of thing. Just crossing your T's, dotting your I's, all that kind of stuff with this Four of Pentacles definitely showing up. And I do feel with these energies of the blue, those higher kind of chakra, mental body energies coming up, to be aware of your communications, because there might be a little bit, I almost feel like slip-ups or that sort of thing. So like with text messages, communications, whatnot, just be a little bit aware, okay? What will this Mercury retrograde bring into your awareness? Two of Swords, so there's that communication energy of the air, the mental body energy that I was mentioning. You're going to get some clarity, I feel. Okay, Gemini, in a lot of the ways that you were perceiving yourself, your life situations and whatnot previously, and then now in this Mercury retrograde, there's going to be this moment, sort of a segue of pause, a moment of stillness, a moment for you to get caught up. So quite frankly, babe, you might even feel like leaving the house. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're like, somebody like, hey, you want to, it might even just be like ignoring your calls, not because you're like feeling low or anything, but just because it's like, I'm just like, I'm here. You know what I mean? And I feel that on some level, on a higher level, there's the higher self is aware, the human self on some level rather, right? You're aware that there's like some other things going on, so it's probably best for me to stay closer to home, anyway. And so with the Two of Swords, what's being brought into your awareness is that how sometimes being still does serve you. Sometimes, it's this there's a time for movement, and then there's a time for balance, rest, and stillness. I feel like part of, whether you may be a Gemini that's already in this space, or one that's kind of being brought into this space because maybe there was a hustle that was happening, or you were this, that, the other thing. This is going to be a time where I feel like Mercury retrograde is going to bring you to a focus of slowing things down, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels just that kind of quite timely. All right, well, you may need to revisit during this Mercury retrograde. 3 of Wands, your psychic vision. So with the Wands element here, bringing in that fire, okay? But I love how we're connecting more of those color energies into that window of that psychic vision. So again, because maybe this is going to be a nice time to slow down, to get caught up on things. Maybe you've been working, doing this, doing that, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, your air having to be moving all over the place. This can be a time, now I can just stop and smell the roses a little bit. Wow, enjoy, right? Just a little bit. It's not even, you're not even in a space about indulging, but with the 3 of Wands opening up to, I've got all my needs met. I've got things kind of going into a nice space. I trust this, that, the other thing. So now let's turn on that psychic television. What do I see in the future? Right? So in the revisitation aspect of what this retrograde is going to sort of usher in is that space for you to get caught up and say, okay, where I see things that where my life is as it stands in my day-to-day routine, and what I've been able to accomplish, and what I'm planning, where I see myself going. Now that I'm at this sort of nice impasse, right, where it's time to sort of do a little bit of a review. What new sort of energies, flavors, creative energies, whatnot, what new life experiences, or whatever adventures do I want to add now to these elements? Okay, so it's really comfortable. Okay, advice for smooth Mercury retrograde. The Emperor. I love it. So natural, inclined. I get this sense of being able to, again, take root, breathe. Look, oh my gosh. I love where this happens. I see this as the base of the tree, getting really foundationally rooted. You being able to be aware of that, be grateful, have that sense of gratitude, being able to just, it's not even a sigh of relief, but that sigh of wow, gratitude that there are things in motion, even though I am still building, I am still doing, this is that time again where I can just get caught up and start, hey, I got some time and space now to create some other plans. Maybe there are some other seeds or things that I'm wanting to either experience, to build upon, whatever. What might that look? So the advice to have a smooth retrograde, put that time and space to use. You don't have to actually do anything. The Emperor is all about knowing that it's in honoring, right, the elements, and honoring okay, now would be a good time to do this, or now would be a good time to just plan for the future. So however that resonates for you, use this as an opportunity, this Mercury retrograde, to get caught up, to reevaluate a little bit, and or revise, add on, put in some beautiful, colorful elements if it is feeling a little, could spice it up. That's kind of what I'm getting. What kind of flavors are you wanting to add to your day-to-day routine now that you've accomplished this much and you're in this space to do that, okay? So now let's look at what sort of vacation your soul is craving during this retrograde. Walking away from things that no longer serve emotionally, letting go from, maybe I'm hearing like distorted stuff from the past stuff. And just, no longer torturing yourself, trying to make sense of, make use of, repair things that just aren't meant to be repaired, fixed. It's just, even if it's like, there's that time it was fun in the sun, it was a great party, there was nothing negative to say about it. I say, well, the party's over. You know what I mean? It's like you can't stay. Don't be that person that stays away after, because it's like it's time to move on. We have to pick up the pieces, clean, and move forward. And so in this aspect of downtime, the 8 of Cups does lend itself to forgiveness. So again, now that you are in a space that you maybe can feel a little bit more solid, where you can feel like, okay, I can make plans, I can sort of I feel comfortable taking a look at my here and now, maybe, oh, maybe I do want to spice things up for my future a little bit more than I had thought, blah, blah, blah. You can also sort of look back on those areas of, self-forgiveness, and all the areas where maybe you have recovered, where you have done the healing work, where you have walked away, where you have sort of moved on. I feel like this is going to be that time to really honor that growth, honor that progress, honor the fact that you are ready to heal and move on and forgive. So if there are people, or relationships, connections, things from the past, and that might be coming up from Mercury Retrograde, because we know how Mercury Retrograde does that, or retrogrades in general, right? This will be that time for you to really make peace with that, and honestly, wholeheartedly move forward, in every which way, whether it's, again, your own self or others. Okay? So if you would like to take a deeper look into how this Mercury retrograde will unfold for you personally, Gemini, please do not hesitate. Take a look at the link. Take a look at the link. That was almost a tongue twister. The link in our bio. Otherwise, you know where to find us, growinnermoon.com. So have a beautiful Mercury retrograde, okay, Gemini, and take care.